Peak on the track.
Many fantasies are being transformed into reality by modern science.
Yo, that is hilarious. The amount of times that I actually start and then forget to actually click the hit the unmute mute. Yo, salute to you, everybody. Salute to Prime. Salute to everybody else that's going to come in the building when you come in the building. Much love, peace, and love to you. We are so appreciative of you being with us today, and we hope tonight, wherever you are, if you on the West Coast, we got you 3 hours behind, so that's okay. If you're with us on the East Coast, then it's 10 p.m. and we're in your Friday night. I am your boy Conrad, and this is the Real podcast, where we are real people talking, having real conversations about real things. Salute to you all for being here in the building tonight. Really do appreciate it. If you can do me a favor, definitely get the likes and the hearts up, please. When you come in, whatever it is, comment. And we're going to be going through a little bit of housekeeping before we get into the show. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The last couple of weeks has been it's been a little tough. It's been a little tough in terms of getting things on the ground. For those that know me on the east side, know that I'm very big in my community. I'm involved in supporting my local churches, and just wanting to make sure that I'm doing the best things possible that I can for people. And so this week is one of those ones where over the last couple of weeks, actually, I wish I had a little bit more hands, a little bit more hands on. But can we say nonetheless God is good all the time, and all the time God is good? Again, I am your boy Conrad. I am hailing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I'm so grateful for you rocking out with us tonight. Wherever you are, get the likes up, get the comments going. Whoever's in the live chat, do me a favor and keep that sparking, because I really am appreciative of everybody being here tonight. Yes. And if there's any sound effects that you guys can't hear as you go through the night, I've been working on some things behind the scenes, and I think I got a nice little groovy system that's going to be working for me right now. Shout out to Will Nicosi, host of the Kava Club podcast, hailing from the Bay Area. Salute to Kava. Salute to Will Nicosi. We are definitely appreciative of all the support that brother gives. He's actually our second sponsor on this show, and not for this podcast, and not this show, but the next show. We're going to be having a real big shout out segment. Shout out to Prime. He's in the building. Shout out to our boy, brother LJ. I will keep his name short and remain anonymous because he is our supporter. He's been pushing us since day one. He's actually been pushing us since before day one. Had I actually listened to him, we would have been doing this a lot sooner, but salute to that brother. Definitely want to be able to give a big round of applause to everybody. Again, I am your boy. I can't say it again. I can't say it enough. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Drop the bomb on him. Yeah. Drop the bomb on him. Yeah, I am your boy Conrad, the host of the Real podcast, where we are real people talking about having real conversations about real things. I don't know why I keep wanting to say talking. You can find us on your major platforms. TikTok, we are back there now. Twitter, platform, or otherwise known as X, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Facebook. Look us up at the real underscore SCE. That's DAREALREEL underscore SCE. Much love and support to everybody that is rocking with us and that has been rocking with us. We love you all. I really appreciate the love and the support because it goes a long way. You guys don't think it might. Some people think it does. Some people think it doesn't. But you know what? At the end of the day, it does go a long way. Tonight, we are going to be getting into a topic talking about men like you don't exist anymore. And I was originally going to rock out with a panel on this one. But as the week drew near and everybody's got, different situations going on, I figured, you know what, I'm going to leave the link in the chat. And if the sisters who are where they are want to join in, they can. For those who can't, definitely they'll catch the repeat and whatnot. But we've got to, again, get that in tune. And I actually made a decision because if I could be transparent, what I should say we want to do over here is make sure that we're providing consistent content to you all. And to do that, we've also got to be transparent and realistic with ourselves. And so while we're still working behind the scenes to get this message of not necessarily men must do better because we haven't been doing better, but there's a reason why the message of men, we must be better. And it's first for ourselves. Everybody's got to know that. We've first got to be better for ourselves. And as a result of that, the society around us should be able to benefit from us being better for ourselves and ultimately for our families and those who may have children. Yes, if you have children, your children will definitely benefit from this. So these are things that definitely I believe in, and I definitely want to make sure that we are able to get this message out, be consistent, explore some avenues in reaction videos, explore some avenues in in the aspect of, and I'm about to do something because I didn't bring it up before, so I do apologize if you guys see something flow across the screen. It is not my intention to be disruptive. But yes, I definitely wanted to make sure that overall we are able to, have consistent content coming out to you guys. I've been so blessed to be, a part of certain groups and certain conversations on certain podcasts and certain platforms. Shout out to Sharon Bracey. Definitely, if you are, if you're in the live chat on YouTube, definitely spam his name at Sharon space Bracey. That's BRACEY, the solution based gang. I really respect him. He gave me some advice when my son was much younger, and I'm definitely making sure that I apply his wisdom and knowledge and his viewpoints to be able to make me a better father and ultimately a better man. Shout out to Ilkhan Ali, and member of the Untouchables. Shout out to Fatty, leader of the Untouchables. Shout out to April Carter. Shout out to Adrian Nicole. Shout out to Damian Ken, Mr. Can I get some podcasts? Mr. Lightskin. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call him. Yeah, he's Mr. Lightskin. He's a pretty boy. Shout out to the sophisticated jerk, manic jerk, Paulafessa, Truth and Purpose Nexus. Salute to you, brother. And I do apologize to Truth because he's been trying to tap in with me for some weeks, and I've been so scatterbrained all over the place and kind of a little bit disheveled in my programming. That I haven't really been able to connect with him. So I publicly apologize to you, brother, for not reaching out to you sooner. We will connect, hopefully, soon. Either if it's not this weekend, then it'll definitely be next week. Again, shout out to my brothers here and my sisters here in the T dot in the Toronto of Ontario, Canada. Definitely salute to y'all. Except for, well, you know what? I'm not going to spill the beans. This is going to be a little late and exactly 3.5 weeks late by the time we get this reaction video out. But when it comes out, I definitely want you guys to hopefully, well, I wouldn't say hopefully, but I definitely enjoy it, because this person is it's on the next level. Definitely they're on the next level. And so I definitely want to be able to get this done. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you would excuse me for about 3 seconds, I just need to do one thing. And I want to make sure that I don't disturb the stream. So I'm going to disturb the stream now, and I'll be right back. Okay, we back. Thank you all for holding it down. And you know what? Shout out to Prime. Like, I shouldn't say I alone, because I'm not the only one working. The team that's going to be growing, and just to put this out there, I am looking for mods, but I definitely want to put this comment out there right now. Production is fire, brother. Thank you, brother, because there's been some things, and like, bro, if you really saw, one day I'm gonna throw my setup and what I'm working with right now. And there's like, it's funny because the biggest issue I've had and the biggest issue the team has had is making sure that we have the right equipment to do what we need to do. Fatty's given me a lot of instructions. I've had to look behind the scenes and get a lot of things done. And as you can see, like, I didn't want to go full light, and this is a Friday night, but you know what I mean? But overall, like I said, thank you for that. Again, shout out to Prime. Like, bro, you don't even understand. Like, this means a lot to me. I'm gonna have to drop the salute, the bomb. Actually, no, we're not gonna hit you with that. We gonna yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much love and respect to you, Prime. Yeah, I got the video up in the background. I'm mad excited for that, because I was glad I was able to transition easily with that. And then for those who is just in the building, this is your first time. This is going to be interesting, because for some of you, I think this is like the 5th or 4th. No, I think we're at like the 7th or 8th or 9th, possibly 10th or 11th. I can't remember. We're somewhere around there. I lost track because there's so many things going on behind the scenes. But this is going to be the, I guess, 5th installation fifth or sixth installation of the One Hitter Quitter. And we're going to get into that. Again, if you'd be so kind, just drop a like, throw up the comments. Let's get the live chat popping as everybody comes in. Let me know that you're here. Let the team know that you're here. Be kind. Say good evening, good day, good afternoon, wherever you're hailing from. Let us know that you're in the building. And most importantly, like, share, and subscribe. Next, not this show, obviously, but next show, we're going to be throwing up a little bit of our accomplishments. And to some people, it may not seem like a lot, but to us, it's a lot. We just crossed over on YouTube 120 subs, and we're so glad for that. And again, like we said, our goal over here on the Real podcast is to continue to bring you proper content and consistent content. So we definitely want to make sure that that's exactly what is going on. And if there's any point when y'all can't hear me, y'all hear, y'all see the Jordan symbol. We trying to live up to greatness. Yeah, if at any point y'all can't hear me, just drop me a chat, drop me a comment in the chat, and we will get that fixed. All right. Again, I am your host, Conrad, of the Real podcast, where we are real people having real conversations about real things. Shout out to Chicago Rilla. Shout out to Chicago Rilla, who is and may not even know that he is the originator of that speech, that slogan. He is the originator. He is the origin of the Real podcast slogan. And I want to make sure that everybody that we let him know that 100%. And how he coined it in the show that he was on with the Lapeef Network. Shout out to JR of the Lapeef Network. He gave us a really big chance a couple months ago to come up on his platform during one of the the King Talk episodes. And we definitely want to salute him, and we appreciate him for that opportunity. We appreciate everybody that's given myself and the Real podcast, Traylon Curry of Men's Viewpoint, Ilkan Ali again, and Fatty of the Untouchables, people that have been supporting us behind the scenes, Gas Mask, Tiffany. Again, these are just names. Will Nkosi of the Kava Club. He's the host of that podcast. Definitely go and salute to him. My goodness, definitely just so many people, man, just so many people. And we are so appreciative of all of them. Oh my gosh, we got Uncle Hank in the building. Uncle Hank, my guy, salute to you, my brother, salute to you. Once we get into the topic, if you want to come up on the link, same thing with you, Prime. If you guys want to come up once we get into the topic, definitely, I believe I have it spammed in the chat where we have the link for the StreamYard. So we definitely want to have you up. Blessings and shout out to Uncle Hank. Y'all don't even know these guys that I'm saying and these names, they might not mean nothing to you who's watching, and you guys might know me on here on the East Coast, but these guys are some originators. These guys are real men. Like when I talk about what it is to be a man and how we young guys got to really structure ourselves, I'm also taking examples from these guys. So, shout out to Uncle Hank. If you guys doesn't know, he has his platform. He's the host of The Basement. Very, man, if we were going to war, I'm definitely rocking with Uncle Hank. I'm definitely rocking out with him. Philosophical. And DJ Hamp, like they haven't been on this side of the platform yet, and I haven't really been on their platforms too much, but I'm always trying my best to support in the background. Shout out to them wherever they are, whenever they are, they will see this. Salute to them all. And like I said, for some who haven't been on this platform before, we're going to be getting into one of our segments. It's kind of our and not antithesis. When you get a new word and you just want to throw it in wherever it is. Nah, let me tell somebody to calm down. I gotta calm down. For the One Hitter Quitter segment, this is where we go through some hot topics, stuff that's going on in the culture before we get into our main course. And so as we go through this, we will be getting into this tonight. And I'm so appreciative again for all of y'all being here, for everybody that's in the building, everybody that's coming through. Definitely get those likes up, get the hearts going if you're on, if you're rocking with us on Facebook. And you can find us again on Twitter, Threads, X as they call Twitter, TikTok. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram at DaRealReal_SCE. That is DaRealREAL_SCE. Let's get it. And without further ado, I want to get into the one hitter quitter. And you know what? Let's get into this. Let's get into this. This segment is rated R for realism. Real talk, real vibes, real personality, real-ish. Not suitable for the faint at heart. It is definitely not. We ain't trying to hold nothing back from nobody up in here. You feel me? So now y'all know how I do every day. If you have ever, graced the Breakfast Club, I ain't got none of that. I know it may sound like I'm a little hateradish on them, but like, nah, I don't hate on them. I don't agree with certain things. But either way, if you've ever heard of the Breakfast Club, then you would know they have a segment called Donkey of the Day, run by Charlemagne the God. Well, I've got the Donkey of the Day and the Clown of the Day, or the Clown of the Week, however you want to put it, and definitely. I'm really going to have to give this individual Donkey and Clown of the Day. And now, ladies, I want you to hear me out. You're able to do whatever you want, how you want, when you want, right? You can do all of that except for when it comes to a kid. Straight up. Do whatever you want except when it comes down to kids. And here's my reason for saying that, right? We all know within North America that single parent homes, especially when it's under the guise or leadership of a single mother who is working back-to-back shifts, 9-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, sometimes 8 or 16-hour shifts, however you want to put it, and is not able to exact a rule of discipline on a consistent basis in the house. We do understand that those houses, whether they have boys or girls or a mixture of those kids, do have somewhat of, and I'm being nice by saying somewhat, they do have a high rate of producing wayward thinking individuals. And so with that, it doesn't matter if you're rich or it doesn't matter if you're poor. There's going to be some chink in the armor of your kids and your household. And here we have Naomi Campbell. I can't remember how old she is. Like, let's just put it like this. I'm 39, turning 40 this December, which I'm definitely going to drop this in the building so far, because I definitely want you guys to be with me on December 6th. For the birthday live stream that day, and I will be taking it off. So yeah, you know what I mean? We're gonna chill out and rock out a little bit. But anyways, here we have a woman by the name of Naomi Campbell. She's successful, supermodel, actress, done many different cameos, in many different shows. And herald in the 80s, let's say not throughout the 90s, as being very sought after for her pulchritudinous. Definitely somebody who was a vivacious woman. But here she is now, probably in her 50s or close to 60. I think she was 57, if I'm not mistaken, the tabloids wrong. And she, through IVF, gave birth not too long ago. In other words, now she's a single mom. Now she's a single mom. Now she's a single mom. And what irritates, I don't want to say irritates me, but what bothers me about this is her comments about it, because she said that And and I'm going to say this, if you choose to be a single mom, great, that's good to you. If you have the money to provide IVF, though I don't agree with you being a single mom because it's just an unbalanced nature. I was the product of a single mom, and being her son, I didn't enjoy that one bit. Love my mom, but I'm just going to tell the truth. We real people having real conversations about real things. Okay. I don't agree with how she announced to the world about her being a single mom. Okay. The reason why I don't agree with it is because necessarily she said, well, I don't need a man in the home to raise this child because I have all the capabilities possible to raise this child. No, you have the money possible to raise this child. You do not have all of the capabilities necessary to rear that child. And for those ladies who are going to watch this as single mothers, I'm going to say this. Okay. It is important that you understand when you are raising, and I'm not talking about now the women who you connected with a man and let's just say this, he left you high and dry. He wasn't a man, he was a boy, right? No, I'm talking about the women who have the resources necessary to kind of push this narrative across, where it's, I don't need a man. I'm just going to do this. I don't need a man. Men aren't necessary. Fathers aren't necessary. You're wrong. Fathers are very necessary. And out of the two of the genders in terms of male and female, if you have a son, and I hope to God, I really do hope that she actually had a daughter, because at least they'll be able to fight about it and disagree and come back. But if she had a son, she's about to find out the hard way as that son grows why you need a father in the home. And I really am hoping that he does take to his mother, respects his mother's word, follows her instructions. But I will be honest when I say this, it's not likely, not with the amount of affluence she has, because affluence can breed ignorance. And so I definitely got to give her donkey of the day. I don't care what you can pay for in this world. Like, all money ain't good money. All sex ain't good sex. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. And yeah, now you use a single mom. Great. You and IVF, when it comes child for the child's birthday, invite IVF to the birthday party, because that wasn't it. That wasn't it. That was not it. Matter of fact, that was so not it. One more time. Come on, son. Come on, son. Like, what are you thinking? Like, where was your head at? You couldn't settle with a man. You couldn't settle down, get married, or even be common law with a man. And I don't really agree in common law, because it's not anymore in the best interests of men than marriage is. But at least there's some aspect of, or should be some aspect of, accountability when it comes to marriage. So yeah, she got the donkey and the clown of the day. She definitely earned that one from me. The Celtics. No, sorry, I got to go back to this one. And I do apologize, because I should have actually made this a little bit more clear. You know what? Let me take down the banner. Because I want you guys to see this. I was pulling for Dallas. Okay. The Toronto Raptors, they haven't been able to get it together. I was pulling for the Dallas Mavericks to be able to take this year's championship, not because of anybody on Boston. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I think they're all cool. You know what the funny thing is, that whole team is full of good guys, like from the coach down. I ain't got no one problem with them. I just didn't want Boston to win. I was pulling for Dallas, especially because in my opinion, this would have been, you know what I mean, Kyrie's opportunity to kind of get back to frame and be able to really just get back to a place of prominence, in where he could not just tell people to put some respect on his name, but they, regardless of what they want to say or do, they gonna have to put some respect on his name. So I'm not a hater. Shout out to the Boston Celtics, who are the 2023-2024 NBA champions. We're going to drop a bomb just for them. Salute to the Boston Celtics. That's me not being a hater, at least not by much. Onwards to the WNBA, and I must admit that I'm a hypocrite because I said at work with one of my colleagues today that I wasn't going to give them no play time. But I had to ask the question, and we're definitely coming back to do an episode number 2 or a part 2 on this because we did a part 1, but it was more of me just kind of diatribing and kind of just getting into a level of where I got into the opine mode and I just kind of gave my opinion, and it wasn't structured. And y'all know, and for those who know me, if you've seen me come on any platform, y'all know I like to be structured. Okay. So, definitely, it wasn't like a great look by me, but we're going to do a part 2 and hopefully I can get it together and not be in my feelings about it. But the WNBA has a real problem. And it has nothing to do with sexual orientation, the LGBT community and their peoples and how they live their life. That's up to them. But can I ask y'all a question? And if you're in the chat, I want you to put it in the chat wherever you are. Are women safe with women? Because my opinion is women ain't safe with women. The NBA, the WNBA, over the last couple of years, we've got players, Kelsey Plum and some others, who have come out and said for the last, I want to say, let's say since the pandemic, right? Been on different shows talking about how, talking about the gender pay gap between the pay gap disparity between men and women, and how generally for every dollar that a man makes, women make 75 cents of that, which is legally not true, because if companies could get away with paying women less, they would never hire men. Period. Especially since y'all graduate college technically on paper more than us, which means you would have more debt. But that's another conversation for another day. Women ain't safe with women. The reason why I say that is because here we have the WNBA, right? Okay, we have the WNBA may not be the alley-oops and off the backboards that the NBA is, obviously. But what it is very fundamentally sound, in my opinion. As somebody who watches the game, I still study the game. My daughter plays basketball, and as she's going through her training and trying to decipher which sport she wants to fit into, when I train with her, I train her based on the aspect of fundamentals and where she's going to see that. So she does watch Michael Jordan. She does watch Kobe Bryant. There's aspects of LeBron that I have her watch, but then I also have her watch Cheryl Swoops. I also watch her watch Sue Bird. Lisa Leslie, Candace Parker. And so I try to give her these names so we can get her to look them up and watch their videos and see what they're doing. And so that she can have a good representation from both the male and the female side, right? Now, that's the sport. That's the fundamental mechanics of the sport. When it comes down to the business acumen of the sport, I'm going to say that the ladies who Adam Silver has running the WNBA and even Team USA basketball program are not really thinking. They may be in their feelings right now. The reason why I say that is because, bruv, there is no possible way. Okay. Now, this is coming from a guy who at certain times in my neighborhood basketball association, I have either been the best guy on the team, or I've been a role player, or I've been a role player who transitioned to being the best guy in that game. And there's one thing I understand is whoever I identify as the best player on my team, guess who I'm going to make sure has the easiest time to score points, because by them, if they look good and I'm playing good, I'm going to look good too. And if it just by happens that me and them can form a number 2, so when he's getting covered, now I'm open, now I can shine, I'm going to get my shine either way. Why haven't they figured that out? I really wish I had the Joe Budden why, but I don't got that yet. So like, I'm gonna put for the WNBA. Here you go.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Yo, like, do y'all just want to throw money out the door? Like, I'm not saying that y'all have to bow down and kiss the girl's feet. What I'm saying is let business be business and take your feelings out of it. Y'all need to make money, right? So everywhere y'all ladies are, y'all need to make sure you're securing, as you would say, the bag. When it comes to a man and y'all want to sit there and diss him and talk about how garbage he is and how no good he is and how he's nothing and he doesn't deserve you and he needs to blah, 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 blah. When it comes to making money with each other, y'all don't do it very well. Like, if I'm wrong, somebody prove me wrong, but I haven't seen a time in the WNBA where these women, especially now, y'all have a rare opportunity because all this new blood has done come in and has been able to give you the shine that Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum weren't single-handedly able to put on y'all, along with their contemporaries. Okay? So now you have some young blood in there, and y'all either want to fight against them or make it known that there's specifically one girl that y'all don't like, because of the level of hype that is surrounding her. And so, if for those who are not aware, there was the USA team, women's team drawing, which obviously they're going to win. And, they decided not to have Caitlin Clark on there. And Stephen A. Smith has gone off about it. First Take, ESPN, everybody's gone off about it. And as I was going through, because I like to be factual, went through the stats and boom, saw this post. USA team loses almost $500 million.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
$500 million in endorsements after Caitlin Clark's removal. Why? Why would you fumble the bag in such abominable fashion? Like really and truly, who decided that it was whoever is running the program needs to get fired? Like, legitimately, they need to get fired. Why? Why would you fumble $500 million in endorsements? You could have all cut the WNBA check for the $50 million that they're about to lose over the next 10 or 5 years. Say, yo, y'all here to hold this pocket change. But no, we don't like her. We don't like her attitude. We just don't like her hype, blah, 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 whatever it is about her that y'all don't like. Like, again, whose means is this? Who is in charge of running the program from a marketing standpoint? Again, I'll say this: y'all women don't like money. That I'm convinced y'all women don't like. Y'all not trying to get money. Y'all not trying to get money. I can't say it anymore. Y'all disagree with me? Put something in the chat. Put it in the comments after this live stream's done. But there's no way y'all can convince me that y'all like to get money with what you've been doing. That just doesn't make no sense. I'm still enjoying the fact that the Timberwolves beat the snot out of the Denver Nuggets. And as a LeBron fan, it was pretty funny for me to watch. And yeah, I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it. Ladies, continue to take out the trash in 2024. You're not done yet. Take out all the trash. Take it out of your mind. Take it out of your heart. Take out the trash. Y'all know I got to do this because I want to show the ladies some love. Continue to take out the trash. Fake friends, bad relationships, fake love, liars, drama. That big one right there, that drama. Take it out of your life. You don't need it. You don't need it. You really don't. You know what I mean? Don't do that to yourself. Don't keep the drama. Throw out the drama. Throw out the drama. Notice how they have fake friends already in the trash. Okay? Those friends who would sit there and try to be giving you good advice, but if you listen to that advice long enough, you realize it's not good advice. Yeah, throw that out. Throw that out. Now, last episode when we had the one hitter quitter segment, we stopped by and we were dealing with Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. Now, this one is for all my young brothers out there, and I'm literally talking to the ones between 16 and up. Okay, if you are younger than me, I am 39. So if you're younger than me, anywhere from 16 to my age in that range, I'm talking to you. Don't be this stupid. Okay. Like, I was with Jeezy. You know what I mean? I was with Jeezy. And now
stop it. Get some help.
He needs some help. What makes you think that you was going to turn a villain into a housewife? Men before you that look like her have tried and failed. You are not the snowman anymore. Whatever your real name is, that's who you are. You thought you was going to change her? Bruv, I digress. What is going on? Okay, now these guys are clowns of the century, and clearly there's more names to add to this because I'm going to tell y'all straight. Jay-Z ain't never been no god to me. He ain't the god of rap. None of that. Okay, so he's a smart businessman to a degree, and he's been able to make some really good business moves, and that's about it, as far as I see. Okay? And anyhow he gets exposed, this picture gonna grow. Okay? Puff Daddy, aka the Diddler, R. Kelly, the Pied Piper, Jeffrey Epstein, academics. And I'm hoping academics, what they're saying about him is not true. So maybe, just maybe, I should take him off there. All right. But I like how he's pointing to the Manson in the back and pointing to Kells at the side. So I'm gonna leave him there for right now. He's helping us putting this out right now. Okay. He's not part of this list. But what's going on with these with these like in this generation of clowns? Like, y'all telling me that on any given day you could walk into a room and women will want you, and you gotta like, why y'all gotta do that? Like, and I'm gonna say this, especially the black guys. Why the hell are you guys a part of this stuff? Why? Y'all don't know enough not to accept the invitation at nighttime? Denzel said, yo, I go to the parties, but as soon as it hits the devil's time to walk in, I'm walking out. Devil walks into the party, I walk out to the party. Cat Williams nearly got capsized, destroyed in society, because he went on to say he got invited to parties, started walking in the room, saw Professor Ogilvy down on his knees, Brokeback Mountains VIP. Like, come on, man. That's the next one I got to get. I got to get to the come on, dog. I got to get that one next. Like, why do you guys need to be in this situation? Like R. Kelly, y'all, like, bro, you can't read and you can't write, but you somehow can lock women up in the house. Make it make sense. Diddy, I ain't never liked you. I ain't never trusted you. I ain't never bought not one of your albums. There's not an artist that I've ever seen that was able to come through you and survive long term. And I mean thrive, like make money long term. Unless they got away from you. So you can kick rocks barefoot, bro. That's all. That's yeah. Diddy. Yeah, bro. You can kick rocks, man. You can kick rocks. Real talk. So At the end of the day, all I'm saying is this garbage needs to stop. And anybody who's connected to their type of buffoonery, there is no repentance. There's no earthly recompense for you. On one hand, only God can judge you. Great, because only He can forgive you, because I'm not. At least not easily. And I'm not saying that I'm a better man than you, but I am going to say I'm a better man than you, because I'd never do the kind of garbage you guys are involved in. Like, why? Like, can I just put this out there? Like, and the reason why it kind of sounds like I'm heated is because I am heated. Like, when I started listening to rap, and I want y'all to take this in, I started listening to rap the year before Biggie and Tupac died. Immediately, those two guys became my favorite rappers. Then they died. Now, as a young guy, I think I was preteen at that time. And it was like I was the only one who thought in this little suburb town in Ontario, Canada, that their deaths weren't natural. Until this day, I have not seen a documentary, a police report. I haven't seen an interview that has led me to believe otherwise than this guy had help setting the two men them up for murder. So real talk, I'm going to say this to all my young out there, boys and girls, all y'all need to be careful of slick talking, jive, jerking, junkie monkeys like P. Diddy. And they're everywhere. They're in every level of society. And you know them when you see them. Be careful of them. Real talk, be careful of them. Because some people, and I'm going to say this, some people are stuck being poor because they won't let go of the people who look like P. Diddy in their life. Slick talking, jive, jerking punks like him. I hope he gets found out for what he needs to get found out for, and he needs to go to jail for the rest of his natural life. Any man that's involved in his ring, I don't care if he's your favorite rapper, I don't care if he's your family member, he needs to go to jail too. And if you don't like it, now this is where I'll say you can unsubscribe, because I ain't about to keep nobody who's running with them in this. And don't tell me that you can separate the talent from the person, because you can't. At least not in my eyes. Jeez, there he is. There he is. Words of wisdom from Denzel Washington. Can I get a Don DeMarco in the place?
Don DeMarco.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Words of wisdom from Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington used to advise up-and-coming actors not to stay at Hollywood parties for too long and to leave 30 minutes before the devil got there. Now, Denzel Washington also went on record to say that, you know, everybody who's ever won a Grammy or Oscar or whatever it is, I think it's one of the big, any of the prestigious awards, they've sold their soul. I'm gonna leave that at that, because I'm pretty sure he has like one or two of those. So I'm wondering, did you sell your soul too? And that's why you stay out of the limelight. I'm just saying, I'm really not trying to defame Denzel, because that's my dude. That is my dude. When I was younger, I don't really think I did, but when I was younger, people used to be like, "Oh, bro, you look like a young Denzel." I don't know. I never saw Denzel with a unibrow, but that's another day for another story. It's another story for another day. Now, this is an oldie, and I'm going to promise you I'll never show her picture up here again, and I'll never give her the donkey of the day again. But Princella, the Queen Maker, donkey of the year. The last time I'm going to show you. Y'all ladies, stop falling for lies, okay? Now, this one specifically goes out to the LGBT community, because a whole bunch of people be using y'all and what y'all are trying to say you stand for and use you to make money. And they be telling you lies. This woman told women that they are better off loving women because men don't know how to love. We know how to use, we know how to break, and we know how to destroy. So she gets into a relationship with another podcaster and becomes the same thing that she's warning women to stay away from. So much so that that girl who had to run from her, no Diddy, literally had to release her mind through podcast platform. She became the same thing that she warned women to stay away from. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And that is the end of the One Hitter Quitter segment. Y'all be so kind. Do me a favor. Hit the likes, hit the hearts, hit the subscribe, hit the share. Definitely invite your peoples in, because now, without further ado,
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
we're going to get into the main topic, which is, and let me get it rolling across the bottom for y'all, because the main topic for tonight: men like you don't exist anymore. Now, generally speaking, in society, when we have heard these things, whether if you are willing and humble enough as a man to admit this, you will admit, because I've had, when I was in the dating scene, I had this said to me coming out of the dating scene, and for other females that know I'm married and have been married, I've heard this still said to me, where it's like, okay, you know, Conrad, we wish there were men like you. And I don't know if I ever had really an issue with it. I guess I kind of really just kind of scoffed at it, because I was just like, a man like me is not easy to love. Most days I'm not easy to love. Some days I'm easy to like, but most days I'm not easy to love. Talk to my wife, she'll probably tell you that. Okay. But I say that to say this. When women usually say this to a guy, it's in a single setting where both individuals are single, or she just got out of being used in a relationship. The guy who she's talking to, either he likes her and she doesn't know it, he likes her and she does know it, but she doesn't care because he's not the guy that she wants. Or she's lamenting how heartbroken she is, and she wished that the character traits of this guy was infused with the looks of this guy. And so she utters the phrase, you know, men like you don't exist. Mentally, every time I've ever heard this, I've always felt like this.
Shut up!
Just had to give her a quick.
Shut up!
Because it's just like, yo, what does that even mean? Like, what are you really trying to say? What it really means? And this is to the young men that are going to be watching this. And if you're an older dude and you're going through this and you're like, why can't I really get some traction and some feedback? Well, this is where it is. Okay. You're the man that she doesn't want, but you're a nice guy. All women want a man who's going to treat them right. All women want a man who's chivalrous, dutiful, competent, noble, balanced, functional, operational. assertive, intuitive, and has some aspect of physical pulchritude that is attractive or alluring. And so even in dealing with this topic, I was trying to think, and I've been thinking for like last week, like, how are we really going to deal with this? And because, you know, on one hand, I could, you know, get the ladies and they could come up and they can give their take on it. And then I could get like the boys, the men up here, and they can take their take on it. And then I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to get my thoughts lost in translation because I might not be able to say what I really want to say. This phrase, I believe every one of you young guys needs to hear more than once to remind you that you're not the guy, to humble you and bring you down just a little bit. Why? You're going to need to remember that there is more to life than bagging women. Now, that message is specifically for the age groups of 13 to 19. Okay? 13 to 19. There is more to life than getting women. Your approval as a man will never be predicated on a woman until the day you get married. That is where a woman that walks beside you can either elevate your value in the sights of other people or bring down or deteriorate your value in the sights of people. Until that time, until the day you decide to become a unified or you decide to enter into a union with a woman, you have no business fawning over relationships. You definitely don't have no business fawning over sex. More men have died for sex, more men are in jail for sex than there is I've ever seen in this society. And that needs to stop. So how do we do this then? How do you become that guy? Well, fortunately and unfortunately, I can answer that, but unfortunately, it's not a quick answer and it's not a short answer. And it's going to take some self-reflection for you to understand. Again, guys between the ages of 13 up to 19, you're going to have to understand that there's work you got to put in. It doesn't mean that you can't have fun. It doesn't mean that you can't hang out with your friends. It doesn't mean, but you're going to have to learn how to navigate certain things. Like, okay, you're the guy that she doesn't want, but you're a nice guy. It means that there's something about your frame that just it doesn't set off attraction triggers for her. It sets off brother triggers, or he would be a nice friend to hang out with. You know what I mean? Maybe he's smart and we can do homework together. And I know he'll never push the envelope because I'm not going to let him open the envelope. Okay? This is everywhere. It could be in church, the office, school. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what age you are. All men have encountered this and will continue to encounter this as long as they're single and prioritize the woman over their self-advancement. Okay? When you are between the ages of 13 to, dare I say, 19, and pardon me a moment, I'm just going to readjust this because I really want y'all. Okay. When you're between the ages of 13 to 19, you need to make sure that you are getting your mind right year by year. And when I say your mind right, you got to have an understanding that what you do between the ages of 13 to 19 is going to dictate how successful you can possibly be in your 20s to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labors in your 30s, but still progress in your 30s, and then actually be able to really enjoy that in your 40s. Okay. Now, what I'm trying to give you is pieces of advice. I'm not trying to tell you necessarily how to live your life. What I'm trying to do is give you a piece of advice to save you from self-destruction. Because the wrong, or what we would say the right woman at the right and the wrong woman at the wrong time will destroy your life. It's plain and simple. I don't care whether your mom likes to hear this or not. I don't care if your girlfriend's sitting beside you right now and she disagrees and says he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, let's go to the jails. Okay, let's go to the businesses. Whether you have affluence or influence, or you've got neither, you need to do enough fortifying of your mind to understand where your life must be balanced. And dare I say, your life must be balanced in a way that it mirrors the same level of the message of balance that the Italian mob would have looked to create before John Gotti, where there's an understanding that there's layers to this. I could say levels, but I feel like that would just be too. There's layers to this. And any one of those layers that ain't properly will break your whole foundation. So sorry everybody, I just had to switch internets. So I do apologize. You're the guy she doesn't want. Let me ask you a question. If you're not in a position where you're going to marry her, fend for her long term, why are you worried about what she wants? Doesn't mean you can't be a friend. And this is something that you got to learn, because we're about to go, and I just want to say fair use. We're about to react to a clip that will kind of express or bring home what I'm trying to say on this. You can't become the guy that she wants in one day, in an hour and 30 minutes of talking. This is why women get played, and this is why men end up being called liars and cheaters and pretenders, because we instantly are trying to become something that would have taken a solid 15 to almost 20 years to make sure it is us, not it's something that we're pulling on. You can't pull on this like a suit. And so for you young guys that are trying to figure out how you can learn game and how you can talk to people as you're going through school, get a part-time job. Get it at your sports store, clothing store. Something where you have to interact with people on a selling level and learn how to talk. Learn the art of persuasion. Learn the art of observation. Learn the art of controlling a transaction. Learn the art of closing a transaction. Some of the best jobs I ever had when I was younger all centered around being able to directly talk with customers, frontline customers, because it breaks down nervousness and you will be able to start learning. Prime, yeah, that's actually great. I actually like that. I agree with that. And 16 in your teens is not too young to start a business. Start your own business. It'll help. Yeah, it will. And in this generation in time, it's so much more easier. You have so much more access to resources. And especially for you teens across the board, America and Canada, there are different programs. There's different programs that will be able, that you'll be able to get grant and access funding to, and recognition from the government. Now you got to make sure you got to go through with this, because we've had enough people in jail for getting grant money and not using it for what it's for. So make sure you use it for what it's for. But if you're going to do that, and you do that, and you can accomplish that, Well, now you're going to have a paper trail. So now you're creating business from a young age. You're still finishing school. You're still, excelling at whatever. If you're into athletics, whatever you've got to do to have the best possible resume, both on paper and in character or physical pulchritude or intellectual currency, you have to make sure that you have that. And the earlier you start, the better off it's going to be for you down the road. As a light moment, Prime said also gives women an excuse to exchange numbers. You know what? It is so now I gotta give you a Don DeMarco for that one. Oh my days. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I gotta give you a Don DeMarco for that.
Don DeMarco. Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like
Yeah,
that.
I can't. I'm not gonna front. That's what I'll say. I'm not gonna front. Y'all know me. We say we real people having real conversations about real things. So I got to be honest. It does. In my younger years, it does flex like that. But I digress. The man she wants, but he's taken. Now, this is for the guys who are, I want to say, mid-20s. I can't lie, because y'all teenagers have a problem with this, but that's easily rectified. So I'm gonna say it about this and come back, because the last one is very easy, and then we're gonna get into the video, and then we're gonna call it a day. Okay. But the man she wants, but he's taken. Brothers, white, black, Arab, whatever your nationality is, I'm gonna call y'all brothers. We're all brothers, okay? We have to do a better job. If we gonna be monogamous, we gonna be monogamous. If we gonna flirt, we gonna flirt. But we have to make our calling and election sure. Whoever we are, whatever we are, wherever we are, we've got to be able to stand on code. And if we say we are something or someone, we need to be that. It doesn't make any sense for us as men. And I know some men would see this and be like, okay, Conrad, but man, that sounds kind of simpish. No. I'm talking about self-preservation. Now, I'm going to say this because it's a little different in Canada than it is in the States. In the States, y'all need to practice this, because y'all I saw a video the other day where this girl took a SUV and literally ran over. She monster trucked. She was so vexed at this man cheating on her that she used the SUV and ran over his Benz. I wish I had all the videos ready to go. It's just, like I said, it's been a long week. She ran over the Benz. I ain't like listen, y'all know me. As I said, real people talk. We being real. I ain't never been close to owning a Benz yet in my life. It's coming, but I ain't been there yet. This guy had the silver C-Class, and this woman was so mad. So mad that she demolished it. I'm pretty sure he had it in park and everything. By the time she stopped hitting that truck, she stopped hitting that car. His little, what used to be a Benz was just gliding down the street. So in the interest of self-preservation and peace of mind, I'm going to say this. If you're going to be a one-woman man, be a one-woman man. If you're going to be a man that is not committed, let them know you're not committed. It doesn't benefit you to not be committed, because there's so many different things that can happen. And so my true message about that is if you're not in a relationship, you actually need to be completely single and not out there bumping and grinding. Because we as brothers have no more space or patience for any woman to say that it's our fault why they're a single mother. As we opine about how single mothers come to be, we men should not be the progenitors of this situation going forward. And if you on this platform, I'm going to say it because I can. And people will agree or they will disagree. They will like it or they will hate it. I don't care. I remember when I was 21, and my mom, the last time I decided to ever try to live with my mom came to me and she goes, yo, you're 21. You ain't got no kids nowhere? I said, no. She's like, you're sure? I said, yeah. She's like, I know you haven't been living like, you know what I mean? Like your grandma raised you to. I said, yeah, I'm outside. She said, you sure? I'm like, yes, I ain't got no kids. She's like, oh, you should go have some. I said, are you mad? Like, yo, hold on. I had to give her the. I really had to like look at her like, bruv. Like that's a fail. Why would you even suggest this to me? Mom, you are a single mom. I've seen how hard it is on you. Why would I go put that on myself? And it's not even like I'm going to be a single dad. I'm going to be somebody's baby daddy. That is not a great title to have. I'm sorry. I don't know what is wrong with this world. Why we think baby moms and baby daddies and oh, my baby daddy, my baby mom. Shut up. Like, that is not a great title to have. And like, I'm going to say it like this. We men have to be so far thinking with our life that you should be able to look at the woman and see the drama and the trouble in her or the trouble that is in you that will be created as a result of you connecting with her. And this is why I say it doesn't matter if she wants you or not, single or not. You got to be layered to the degree where some things and some people just can't get to you even when they want to. It is what it is. You can't want to have everything in this life now, and you're not going to put no work in for it, because there's a whole bunch of us who are 39, 40, whatever, and we're like, man, had I not ran and didn't chase down so much tail when I was younger, I would have had this by now. I would have had a business by now. I would have had 4 houses by now. I would have had 6 cars by now. I would have had the properties that I want. I would have had the influence that I want. Men, I'm going to say this, okay? Whether y'all agree with it or not, I really don't care. Men were built to maintain order. Okay? Sustain and maintain order. This is why we were created. The substratum of a man is to maintain order. It is not to maintain sex. It is not to maintain women's attraction. The minute you think that your whole purpose in life, or a part of your purpose, or a validating factor in your purpose is how women acquiesce to you, you have missed the mark. There is not a man from the King of England down to P. Diddy who has actually been able to be long-term validated by the women who have wanted him, because somewhere along the line, somebody's crying out in the closet. So if that's what we're reaching for, I think we need to stop and reassess what we're reaching for. Polygamy, say it all you want. Ladies, man, say it all you want. It hasn't worked. We need to change our minds. And waiting on the ladies to change what they're doing and what they're saying in their echo chambers and their narratives. No. If we were built and we talk about being leaders the way we talk about it, if we're leaders the way we talk about it and we believe it, then we've got to be willing to sacrifice short short-term or temporary pleasures for long-term legacy and gains. That's what the game of life, according for a man, is about. It's the long term. It's the 100 yards, not every first down. First downs are necessary, but they are not victory markers. Believe it and know it. And there's a reason why I'm going to say this, right? Because the other side of this is now women are being taught in this generation, both young and old. Oh, go out there, do you, put yourself first, blah, 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 all this garbage. Be like men, don't commit, break some hearts, have sex all over the place, do whatever you want. Be a single mother, IVF, because women don't need no man. The dumbest doctrine I've ever heard in the face of the earth. And unfortunately, in the Black community, it's also propagated by women like this next individual that we're going to react to. Miss Vivica Fox, dare I say, one of the most sultry women in all of acting for the Black community, specifically late 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Okay? Had that kind of attitude that made you say, okay, I like this girl's spark. But didn't know enough of when to put down the attitude to be able to keep a man long term. I'll bring her up to the stage and let her talk. We gonna break this down.
Limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app. I just
No, why? You're just not.
I'm old fashioned. I'm like, I need to meet you and spark.
It's not.
It's limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app.
No, why? You're just not.
I'm old fashioned. I'm like, I need to meet you and sparks happen and stuff like that. Because I just believe people make up stories saying who and what they are.
Exactly. What are you
so,
looking for at this stage, this point?
a partner.
Yeah.
And when I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yeah.
That likes to travel.
Yeah.
Going to let me go shopping.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like you just spoke it into existence.
I hope so, girlfriend.
I feel like you
So
just
you got, and I'm taking applications.
Oh,
so
you know,
if you got a friend.
Okay.
I'm good.
We'll be all. We'll
and
be
I
on
don't
the hunt.
discriminate. He can be. I'm not against different nationalities. You know that.
Vivica's gonna stick around. Stand down the law. We got some hot topics coming up.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I don't know why those ladies lied to her like that. That was not hilarious. That was man.
Stop it. Get some help.
These guys, these ladies are out there laughing like, and the whole time she's just haram. Okay, absolutely haram. Now I want to break down some things that she said. She said, I want to travel. I want a partner who's not afraid of me. Woman, you are 60 years old. Who is afraid of you? Like, your back and your hip don't work like it used to. What are you talking about? Who's not going to be intimidated? Who's intimidated by you? You're 50 Cent's ex, who's been going back and forth with him indirectly for the last 10 years. That is not somebody who we are afraid or intimidated by. who's going to let me be me. What have you been doing for the last 30 years? You've been single. You're not married. You're telling me you wasted your single life doing nothing. You didn't go shopping. You didn't have no fun. You didn't travel. And now a man is supposed to get with you at 60 on life support and just sit there and let you do you. Be single. In the words of Kevin Hart, buy a dog and die alone. That don't make no sense whatsoever. And you're taking applications. Man, you need to go out there and shop. I don't know who lied to somebody. Somebody needs to send her this clip. She needs to go shop. Nobody's sending you any applications. Okay? Right about now. You know what? Let me just move off from her, because this is why certain topics, like sometimes I go on other panels and I'm just quiet, because when people come up and they start saying stupidness like this, I'm gonna have to hit you with the hold up. Wait a minute, like nah, offsides, technical. That don't make no sense. Because the man that she's asking for, and ladies, I'm going to be just very transparent with you. You could be in the church, you could be at work, wherever you are. The man she wants is no good for her, but makes her feel a certain way, turns her on. That's the man that Vivica's talking about. She's not talking about a foundational man. She's not talking about a humble man. She's not talking about a man who is a man of infrastructure. And this is why I'm pushing back against this narrative, to talk to our fellas and remind them of what we are trying to accomplish here. It is not trying to get a woman. It's not trying to have sex with a woman. It's to be men of foundation, men of balance, men of reason, men of nobility, men of infrastructure. And not that we can look down on them. Is that so when a woman walks with us into union, we are both elevated because she's a woman of substance. I said this in a topic that I was talking on, that if you read Proverbs 31, it's not just about her value that is far above rubies. When you get to verse 25 of Proverbs 31, it says that her speech is seasoned with the law of kindness. In other words, she's able to bring about peace and sanctity and a balance when she speaks. When she opens her mouth, it's wisdom leaves from her. There is nothing wise about Vivica at this age taking applications. Ain't no way you gonna look like a swole up marshmallow sitting there talking about I'm taking applications. You got to be out your mind. And this is what Kevin Hart would talk about with both men and women. Sorry, not Kevin Hart, Kevin Samuels. With both men and women thinking that they are something that they are not. This is the consistent message of tonight, that men like you don't exist anymore. Be chivalrous. I always say this to somebody, and I said this on a post, that to a very high degree, now I'm not a perfect husband by no means. In fact, I'll be as honest to admit that my wife has struggled with certain things with me in the first 3 years of our marriage, first 2.5 to 3 years of our marriage. But it was my endeavor I have a battle with not being great or good at something. Let's say great. I want to be a great father. I want to be a great husband. I want to be a great community leader. I want to be a great businessman. Hell, I will, for the time that I will be on YouTube and be in content creation, I'm barely okay. I want to be great, and I will get there. And the team that works with me, we will get there. But there's got to be a level of foundation in the mind of a man to want to be great, to want to lead, because the sacrifice and the responsibility that comes with that is far beyond how much more panties you can get. And I'll say it very, very, very transparently. If we men had a higher standard of operation and a higher regard for peace and respect for ourselves, certain aspect of certain atmospheres or certain atmospheres or institutions in society wouldn't have the so-called rhetoric, vile rhetoric of the title patriarchy against them that they do. The institution of the church should not have that regard from any woman. We should never be able to say that people were pandering. The pastor was pandering to women. He's pandering to women. Because we should be so foundational that we're telling people that you gotta elevate yourself. I can't pander to you when you have nothing to, when you really have nothing to hold the pandering. All it's doing is inflating your head, and then the minute you get outside, you wonder why you're insecure. And for young men, older men, middle-aged men, wherever you are, you will remain insecure until the day you figure out that a woman was not meant to be the validation of your success. It's not her role. It's not her function. She's an extension of your legacy. And if you're not foundational, if you're not functional, if you're not competent, if you're not balanced, if you're not rational, if you're not kept, and I'm not necessarily saying chaste or celibate, because I know everybody that's going to listen to this, not every one of you is going to be celibate. So I'm going to have to speak with a little bit of balance here to understand you where you are. You're going to have to understand that every time you go to lay down with a woman, every time you're exchanging time with a woman for the possibility of a certain level of interaction, you are putting yourself at a place where you are losing your ability to create long-term success. You ever notice that the women that are used to being hurt are always accessible? Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying, put it in the chat. If I'm wrong, put it in the chat. I don't think I am, but I could be. Notice the women that are always used to getting hurt are always accessible. And the men that are used to not putting their future first are always accessible to the women that are always accessible to being hurt. The minute that man starts focusing on himself and becomes less accessible to women that are accessible to being hurt, the more he becomes a man like you that doesn't exist anymore. You're going to have to get used to being that man. If you want to be a man that is sought after, that is depended upon, that is respected, you're going to have to be a man that people miss. Not everybody should have access to you. And for you young guys growing up that kind of feel a little way about somebody saying that to you or trying to put you in the friend zone, let me just say this: a woman can't put you in the friend zone unless you agree for her to put you in the friend zone. That's a whole nother topic for another day. You can't be put in the friend zone unless you agree for a woman to put you in the friend zone. You should be so busy building yourself. You young guys in the gym, building expanding your intellect, honing the fact that your rest and recovery and the amount of testosterone you have at your disposal is so great that your turnaround time after working out at the gym is like that. If you want to learn good relationship dynamics, learn it at home. And for you sons who are products of single mothers, your mother is the first representation of a woman where you will not need or feel you should not feel to desire sex from her. And so your mother should be the first woman that shows you what a wife is like. And ultimately, your mother should be the only woman, aside from if you have sisters, that will get the treatment of a real man from you if your father's not laying that foundation first. And that's real. That's some real talk.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
So let me leave you guys with this, right? And for the young guys, I'm going to start with you, especially if you're in a single household. Stop looking at your mom as being overbearing. The problem with your situation is your mother as a woman innately is going to look to you as a man in some regards, especially as you get older, you get bigger. Naturally, her proclivities as a woman is going to look at you as you are a man, and she will argue or bicker with you as you're a man, not her son. What you've got to do is grab a hold mentally of the moment and change it, flip it around. Take care of the chores. When you want to go about your business, take care of her first. Like Jaheim said, you should have put that woman first. Take care of her first. Mama, I love you. How are you doing today? Let's watch some TV. Let's go for a walk. Your back hurt? Do you need a shoulder rub? You want some tea? Learn how to cook. Learn how to clean properly. Learn how to do laundry. These are basic skills that you will be able to survive long term on. So when a woman says to you, now when you're outside of the house, oh, I don't need you. That don't mean nothing to you. You don't even got to respond to that. Because you can cook, you can clean, you can put decor together in a house or in a room. You don't got 50 colors all matched together talking about, yeah, this looks cool. No, it's got some personality to it. Learn these things. Once you begin to strip away the layers of argument that are pinned against you as a young man, you will come to understand that arguments are fickle. And ultimately, the women who like to dwell in these arguments are fickle. On the vice versa, ladies. I don't know who told you, who done lied to you, but y'all don't need to be out there sports sexing. And if you are,
Stop
you
it.
need
Get some help. Stop
time.
it. Get some help.
Yeah, get some help. Can't be out there chopping it up like that. It's not good for your system. It's not good for your mind. You wonder why it is that you can't turn off the masculine side of you. You have too much masculine in you. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's why you can't turn it off. You got to chill out. Ladies, your father, if you have one in the home, is the first example of how a man should treat you that does not require sexual access from you. Your father should be the first example of leadership that you should be able to trust and follow. Now, if you're being rebellious, you need to shut up and sit down. Because ultimately, your father's not trying to wreck your life. He's trying to save your life. Your brothers aren't trying to wreck your life. They're trying to save your life. And while everybody must gain some level of experience, we can all agree that there are some experiences we just don't need. We really don't. Salute to Gas Mask. There are some experiences we really just don't need. And so we've got to be able to get to that place where we understand that, we covet that. Ladies, you must learn to respect men at all times, because it will automate the transaction of respect. If a man leaves his house with respect for all women, regardless of what he may think or what his friends think, as he encounters you, he has no problem holding a door for you, not because he wants something from you, but because he respects the woman, not that he knows you or doesn't know you. It's he respects the first image of a woman, which is his mother. This does not mean that you can sit there and turn around, well, show me how he treats his mom because that's how I know if he'll do me right. No, you're not like his mom. It's because of his mom why he understands how and why he should respect you. But you'll never be on the same level of his mom. And you should never try to take that place, because you will not succeed. And if you accomplish that, then you just signed up for a house husband. I'm pretty sure you don't want that. So what do you guys think? Is the chivalrous balance man, does he not exist? Is he stuck in the friend zone? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Let me know. And overall, anywhere you are, share this video. Comment, like, subscribe. Definitely hit us up on Instagram. That's where we are and active most of the time. We can be found at @TheRealReal_SCE. Again, that is on all platforms: TikTok, Threads, Twitter, X, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, @TheRealReal_SCE. That's at DAREALREEL_SCE. I am your host of the Real Real podcast. My name is Conrad. I salute to everybody that came and rocked out with us tonight. You all have a wonderful, be blessed, get rest, love your people, kiss your family. Peace in the Tita streets and in the Middle East, and to all my brothers and sisters that are stateside. I love you. I respect you. We appreciate all the support. If you do feel to support us in any way, other way, shape, or form, you can hit us up on the PayPal. And it should also be glued in the chat. If it's not, we leave it across the bottom of the banner. We thank you all for being here and rocking out with us tonight. Thank Gas Mask, thank Prime, thank Uncle Hank. Thank you. Salute to all the people who came through. Much love to you. Always, we are real people having real conversations about real things. Thank you for tuning in. Salute to you all.